Hey guys, it's Rock here, and in this video I wanted to go through the cross-class skills that are available for a scholar and which ones you should be aiming to pick. I was going to do a single video for all jobs, but to keep them short and so you can pick the one for your class, I've decided to do them separately on this occasion. In this particular one, the footage is just me playing as my summoner job, simply because I don't have much footage of my scholar just yet, and the stuff I do have I want to use for another video. So in this one it's just me playing around on my summoner. Now, with all jobs you can take a total of 4 abilities from other classes, and with the Scholar you can take them from Conjurer, where your highest level spell is going to be level 34, which we'll go into in a minute, and Thaumaturge, which is level 26 is the highest. So kicking off today, we're going to take a quick look at the cross-class skills that are available to you that you aren't going to want to bother with. The first one's Cure, which can be gained as a level 2 Conjurer, which has a potency of 400, a cast time of 2 seconds, and a recast time of 2.5 seconds. For any of you that have played Scholar, you'll notice this is exactly the same as the Physics spell that you gain as an Arcanist at level 4, so there's really no need to take this as a cross-class skill, because the additional effect of having Cure 2 cost no MP is only useful to White Mages and not to a Scholar. And next up on our Do Not Take list is Raise, which is available as a level 12 Conjurer. Again, because as a Scholar you already have access to Resurrection, there's no need for this, because you see that again that the abilities are exactly the same. So on that point there's not really much more to say. Now we can move on to the rest of the Conjurer abilities that are available to you, which you might want to think about taking up. And first is Aero, which is available as a level 4 Conjurer, has a potency of 50 and a damage over time effect of 25 potency, which lasts 18 seconds. This is an instant cast spell with a recast time of 2.5 seconds, and while you might think that this isn't needed as healing and it's not a big deal, as a Scholar there's quite a few times I've noticed so far where during fights healing doesn't need to be quite so high. You can actually leave one of your fairies, whichever one you're using, to heal for you, and you can just top up as needed. So having Aero coupled with things like Bio 2 and Miasma, this can significantly help towards a fight where something needs to die pretty quickly, so it's not something to necessarily overlook. Another spell from the Conjurer class that can help you deal more damage is Cleric Stance, which is available from level 6. This is again an instant cast spell with a recast time of 5 seconds this time, although it can instantly be taken off should you need to remove it. Now this spell will switch your mind and intellect stacks around, as well as increasing your damage spell potency by 10%, and it will reduce your healing spell potency by 20%. So this isn't something you're going to want to use while you're healing, but again in between, like Aero, where you may need to do some more damage. For example, I've used it during the first Titan fight, where you can leave your fairy to heal when the heart comes up. So this will allow you to damage the boss and deal more damage than you usually would. So it's definitely something worth considering, just for those off times where you don't need to necessarily heal so much. Our penultimate Conjurer spell is Protect, which is great to use if there's no one else in your group that can apply it. This is a 3-second cast time with a 2.5-second recast, and it's something you're going to want to put on the group before any fight starts. It'll increase the physical and magical defense of all your party members, so it's a really great way to keep damage to a minimum, and save you having to do as much healing. And our last Conjurer spell is available at level 34, which is Stone Skin. Again, it's got a 3-second cast time, 2.5-second recast, and this creates a barrier around the target, which you put on and absorb the damage, totaling 18% of whatever the target's maximum HP is. It's a great preventative spell when you know there's a lot of incoming damage. You can just put it on all of your party members to stop the damage before it even comes in. And it's awesome to put on a tank before a fight starts, so you can get into position without having to worry about too much spike damage. So these 2 spells are something you're really going to want to consider as a healer. Our final 3 spells are from the Thaumaturge class, and we're going to start off with Thunder. This, like Aero, will help you to increase your damage output and will be really handy to use while soloing. It's available at level 6, has a 2.5-second cast time with a 2.5-second recast time. It deals lightning damage with a potency of 30, and then it has an additional effect of 35 potency damage over time, which will last for 18 seconds. You can ignore the additional effect here because it's only useful for Black Mages and not for Scholars. But yeah, it's a really good damaging ability that you might want to consider. Next up is Shorecast, which is an instant cast spell on a 30-second recast time, which will last for a total of 10 seconds. This makes sure that your next spell is cast without interruption. The additional effect is that you have a 15% chance that your next Shorecast will have no recast time, so you might get the chance to use it again right away. This is going to be useful in fights where interrupts are likely and you need to make sure that next heal goes off without interruption, but overall I'm not quite sure that this is a spell that you're going to want to prioritise over others. Again, it's all situational, so it'll depend on the boss fight. And lastly is the holy grail of all cross-class skills for the Scholar, the one that everybody wants, and it's available as a level 26 Thaumaturge. This is Swiftcast, which is an instant cast spell, 60-second recast time, and it makes sure that your next spell is cast immediately. There's loads of great reasons to take this. First of all, it's a great tank saver, where you can instantly get a heal off to top them up, but it also really helps out with pet management. While your fairies do have an inbuilt resistance to some AoE and boss effects, there are times, you know, when they will take damage and they might die. This ability, will allow you to instantly get them back up without having to wait for the cast, which takes 6 seconds. It's also great if you want to switch fairies in a fight because of an incoming phase on a boss. For example, if you're using Eos for extra healing and magical defense, but there's a phase where something needs to die quickly, you could swap to Selene for Fey Glow and Fey Light. It's going to increase the spell and skill speed of all party members to allow you to get that boss or that phase down a lot quicker. So again, lots of great reasons for Swiftcast, so it's definitely one you're going to want to get Thaumaturge to level 26 for. That's all of the crosscast skills that are available for the Scholar class. To summarise, aside from really Cure and Aero, it's going to depend on the fight and your group composition as to which abilities you want to take. I think every time you're pretty much going to want Swiftcast and Stone Skin, but after this it's really up to you as to whether you need uninterruptible spells, extra protections, or some more damage. So have a read about them, check out this video again if you need to, and then decide on which ones you want. But as always guys, thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, or you found any of the information useful, then don't forget to like, favourite, share, comment and subscribe for more videos, which will be on their way soon. For all of your Final Fantasy XIV and Realm Reborn news, you can head on over to xivnation.com. I'll put the link in the description. There's loads of community-driven content there that you're going to want to check out, so head on over. And if you want to follow me, you can do so on Twitter at Riot Gaming, or on Facebook, which is facebook.com/RiotGamingHD. But until next time, guys, take care.